The 30 projects were things like highways, sewage treatment plants. His favorite, which was a big fancy town square that he wanted to build, they thought the people would like because it would show how prosperous the town was becoming. A people's park for recreation, 30 of these things. And so we got, with my Chinese collaborators, we got an advisory group. And every one of the projects had proponents. They were all projects that people had thought of. And there were more projects that could be done. They could afford to do about 10 of them. And there were 30. And so there was a lot of, they came up with a briefing document. They recruited a random sample, and they had terrific participation from the random sample, people drawn in the sample. They actually drew the sample in a very simple way. I think there were something like 70 villages in the township, and in each village they numbered the citizens from the voting roll, because they have local village elections in China. People may not know that. And so every citizen, there was a number for every citizen, and they had ping pong balls. And they randomly drew the right number of ping pong balls for that village's number of people. And they did it in a public drawing so people could see that their names were drawn. And almost everybody whose name was drawn participated, whose number was drawn. And so then they got the, this is actually at the deliberative poll. You can't see the assembled group. And just before it started, the local leader, Mr. Zhang, told me, he said, well, you know, I know which are the best projects. I said, really? Which are they? He said, well, they're the image projects, the projects that show how prosperous the town is. I said, well, we'll see. You know, the idea is that the people will have their input. As it turned out, he was wrong. That is, the projects the people wanted where they wanted clean water. They wanted the sewage treatment plants. They wanted an environmental plan, and they wanted the People's Park for recreation. Those were the things they wanted most. And he admitted he was very surprised that he was completely wrong about that. They built the 10 projects that were first in order, and he became very famous in China. So famous that they rewarded him with giving him a year in America to study English, and he came and visited me later. But he became very famous on the internet, and this has been replicated a number of times. It's now become approved at a very high level in China, and it's spreading. And at a conference, he was asked, why didn't he know what the people wanted? And he said, well, it was because he talked to the cadres, he talked to the other party members, he talked to people. He didn't really talk to the people. And when he did talk to the people, they would have sort of meetings, but the meetings were self-selected, and just the people who were most important in the community would show up, and those would be the people who spoke. So he didn't have any way of getting the opinions of everybody, and with the deliberative polling, we get the opinions in confidential questionnaires. So people don't have to be shy about, some people are shy, some people are very pushy about speaking up. We get the opinions of everybody, and everybody's opinions count equally. And also the discussions work very equally. So in any case, that was China. Now we've done it in very big places. This is the Parliament building in Brussels of the European Union. But that's not those are not the members of the European Parliament. Those are the members of my sample, of a scientific sample of the people of the entire European Union, all 27 countries, who deliberated in the Parliament building about big issues facing the future of Europe. And we've done this twice in Brussels. Now,